Welcome to the Personal Brand Era podcast. I'm your host, Ella Ray, and today I'm talking with Tamzin Hall. She's a leadership coach who has decades of leadership experience and a degree in psychology and qualifications in coaching and mentorship. She helps create the next generation of leaders, one who is empowering, compassionate, happy, and high-performing. Hi, Tamzin. So amazing to have you with us.
Hi, Ella. Thank you for having me. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. From a rather gloomy UK, I have to say, but all good here.
It will become better. I'm really sure. In 1 month or so, spring will be all in its nature, right?
Yes, absolutely. I do see slight hints of it. So some days but it's grey today. It's grey today. I want the blue skies back.
All the more reason to have such a wonderful conversation with you, which I'm enormously excited about. And the very first question that I would love to ask you is, what inspired you to become a coach in this specific niche?
I think I see so many people who have left corporate, who have left their 9 to 5, who have left their jobs because they are not feeling valued. They don't feel they have a place. They don't feel that they've been looked after. They don't enjoy it anymore. And so many times as I've been building my business and I've been networking, every single time I go to a networking event, I hear at least 2 people saying, I had to leave my job. I had no choice. And I'm on a real mission to change that. I think organisations and business owners, employers, human resource departments, we all have a duty to look after our people and to capture that excitement they felt when they very first started their role, to keep that going. And we have a duty to help them skip into work every single day, enjoy what they do, feel valued, feel important, feel part of a team, feel like they can grow, they can develop, they can be themselves. And that starts with the business owners, that starts with leaders, that starts with people that have been promoted into management roles that haven't been given leadership training and leadership support. And I truly believe if we can do that and we can help people in their 9 to 5s, in their part-time jobs, full-time jobs, if we can help them to feel fulfilled and happy, they're going to be fulfilled and happy when they go home. Their home life's going to be better. They're going to have a more fulfilled life. And if we can do that, or when we do that, we see amazing things happen. So that's why I really chose the niche of helping leaders and business owners just create a culture that puts their people at the centre of everything they do. Because when that happens, the people are happy, the organisation is happy, the customers are happy, and also performance is high as well.
So would you say that it is only important for leaders to have leadership skills, or is it also important for the employees to have leadership skills to not kind of outsource the whole leadership bucket or box to someone else? How would you see that correlation?
I think that everybody who wants to have leadership skills and who wants to be a leader, they should. I think if somebody doesn't want to, they don't have to. We're all unique. We all have amazing things to bring to the table. And it's when we start to put people into boxes and say, you should do this, you should do that. This is the box that I'm going to put you in. That's when we as humans, we feel restricted and we feel like we don't have a voice. So leadership skills are really important, but so are so many other skills. And if someone's listening to this thinking, I don't want to be a leader, that's not for me, no way, that's fine. There's other skills and development and opportunities that every single person can have, but ones that light them up inside. I'm a real advocate of not putting people in boxes, but seeing their true potential.
Mm-hmm.
So a kind of a bit of a roundabout answer to your question there, Ella, but it isn't one size fits all. I think there's elements that I certainly share and I have in my leadership programs that can help everybody, whether they're a leader or they're not a leader. But it's really what makes people shine and what makes them feel that they're living their best life. It's that. So if someone's doing something, I've spoken to many a leader who isn't happy. They don't enjoy leading. They've fallen into this leadership role and they don't enjoy it. If they don't enjoy it, and if it isn't true to who they want to be, they don't have to do it. They can find something that is right for them.
And you talk a lot about high performance. You just mentioned it before, right? That it leads to high performance when people really and truly enjoy what they are doing. And what kind of role does high performance play in your personal life or also in your business?
Yeah.
And what does it mean exactly?
Okay. So I'll start with the second question. I might have to ask you to repeat the first question, but I'll start with the first one. So what does high performance mean? To me, it means achieving more than we thought we could, achieving more, being more successful. It doesn't have to mean earning more money, getting more sales. Of course, in organisations and businesses that have sales teams, then yes, that's very important. But to me, it's about achieving more and pushing ourselves to be better than we were yesterday, not comparing ourselves with others, because when we start comparing ourselves with others, that's when a whole load of mindset issues come in. It's about just striving to do more, and it has to align. So it might be that somebody in a sales team just wants to increase their sales, increase their performance by 50% month on month. Okay, let's get you there. It might be that somebody says, I just want to get my kids to school on time. That's what I want to do. Okay, let's help get you there. It's so unique to everybody, and it's so unique to every single company, business owner, individual. When I talk about high performance, I can go into an organisation and we can look at performance across every single department, from the marketing department to the finance department to the sales department to the admin department, because if we can all do a bit more, the business will be a bit more successful. But it doesn't have to be monetary, and you only get that if you have strategies in place, but also you only get that if you have people who are happy and they feel engaged, they feel part of a team. I've done a lot of research. I've written my dissertation on how we can bring play and fun into work and the impact that has. And the impact that has, when we get it right, is high performance. So not only do you have a happy team who come into work because it's fun and enjoyable, but they strive for more. They're highly engaged. They achieve more. They push themselves because they feel valued. It's kind of a vicious circle. You can't have one without the other. I truly, it's interlinked. So, and as I touched on earlier, it's if we're happy in one area of our life, that happiness filters through to other areas of our life. If we're not happy at work, we come home and we're not happy. We might not intentionally try not to be happy, but it does impact. And I know when I'm coaching CEOs and leaders, a lot of the time, if they're not performing at work, there's something else going on. If we can make work a fun, energetic, happy, exciting place to be, that can help with everything else that's going on. So it impacts the whole person. It impacts the whole life.
I 100% agree with that. Everything is interlinked and interconnected with each other. And the second part of the question was, how do you basically strategize in your own life and in your business to stay happy and passionate about what you do so that you can achieve that kind of high performance that you are looking for? Or maybe you are not looking to be a high performer, but you are more focused on having fun and live out your passion. What is it exactly, how you do it?
Yeah, it's that. So to me, I learned very early on that when I'm not achieving, it's because I don't enjoy it. So I learned that at school. You know, the grades that I came out with some horrendous grades, but it was things that I just wasn't interested in. Like, I wasn't interested, I didn't enjoy it, so I didn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to have fun. I love to enjoy myself. Not over the top things, you know, I can have fun just by taking my dog out into the garden and having a play with a ball. It's, to me, what makes my soul shine and what makes me truly happy is having fun. Yes, of course, I need my business to be successful. I need to earn money to put roof over my head, food on the table, etc., etc. But, and some people might disagree with me here, but my focus isn't the money in my bank. My focus is how happy I am. And we're all different. Every single person is different. Some people are motivated by pound signs or dollar signs. Some people are motivated by number of customers. Some people are motivated by different things. I'm motivated by how happy I am and how happy I can make other people, and how fulfilled I am and how much other people feel fulfilled. Because we're all so different, and I love that. I love that as humans, we are so individual. If we all strive for money when money isn't right, that's not going to be our reason why we're going to be working hard. I tried this a couple of years ago. Someone said, you need to try it. Everyone's going, 7 figures, 8 figures, 6 figures, whatever it is. It doesn't, I switch off when I hear that. It just does not resonate with me. But I worked with somebody that was all about the money. And it didn't work. I didn't achieve. I didn't get to where I wanted to go. It's only since I finished my degree and I really understood what makes us work hard, what makes teams perform, what makes us as individuals happy. As soon as I understood that, I changed everything. And now, if I'm doing something, so before we came on this call, I'm sitting here thinking, I have to write some social media. For the record, I hate social media. I'm just not a fan of social media because I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. It doesn't make me happy because I see how social media can be quite detrimental to people, especially when we start comparing. This person's doing amazingly, this person's this person's that. I see the negative impacts that social media has. I've also done research into some of the positive impacts that social media has. So I feel conflicted. So I have to be in the right frame of mind to be creating social media. And if I can create social media posts that really align with, and I know that are going to help people, I'm happy to do it. But sometimes I can sit there and I can be really, this just doesn't feel right. And I know when I'm thinking it doesn't feel right that it isn't making me happy. So I need to just go and do something else. When I do something that makes me happy, like guesting on podcasts, for example, I love being a guest on podcasts. It makes me happy because I even if I can just help one person with what I'm saying, then I'm happy, versus writing a social media post just doesn't make me as happy. So I know what to do and I just do more of it, do more of what makes me happy. And I'd like to give everyone who's listening to this permission to just do what makes you happy. Go and do it. If you're doing something, hoovering, for example. I don't like my hoover. I'm not a fan of hoovering. So do you know what? Do it. I have a nice robotic hoover now that goes around and will hoover for me, but it didn't make me happy. So why am I going to do it? Okay, my house needs cleaning. I get that. Luckily for me, my husband can do it for me sometimes, or the robotic hoover does it. But, you know, if it's draining you and just make you feel like, you know, I never hoovered well. My performance on hoovering was way down because I just didn't want to do it. It didn't make me happy. I didn't enjoy it. So it really does make an impact when you enjoy what you do. You just go all in and you just do it. When we enjoy something, we don't have to make a real effort for it to work because we're enjoying it and we're absorbing it and we're doing it to the best of our ability because we're enjoying it. When we don't enjoy it, it's hard work.
Yeah, and we forget time. I think this is the most important part of it. And it is very beneficial for business and company leaders as well. If somebody forgets time and is willing to work overtime, for example, and doesn't even mind not being paid for it, which is not the best option. But if someone is really into something, he will forget time, he will forget everything, and he will give everything that he or she has to make, not only complete the task, but make it extraordinary well. Like you said, it will like move into that high performance state where you get results that you would normally not get with bored people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And that's the difference between highly engaged and disengaged employees. I understand that there's people that have to go and pick up the kids. They maybe have caring responsibilities. They have to finish at a certain time. But actually, you don't want the people that are clock watching and count. I used to work in an office years ago where everybody stopped at 20 to 5 because we finished at 5 and everybody stopped. Well, no, you want people that are still working, still having fun, still producing, still creating, still working hard, because they enjoy it, rather than the people who are highly disengaged that are clock watching because the day is dragging. You don't want that. You want the people that are, like you say, that are just so into what they're doing, they're enjoying it, and they almost lose track of time.
Yeah, I was once working in a publishing company back in Germany. And I was very, very surprised about it was the boss above me. It was not the boss of the company, but someone who was overlooking all the editors. And I'm a speedy worker. I love to work not based on time, but how fast I can finish the task in coordinates with my passion for it, right? So. And she had to stop me. She had to tell me, don't work so fast, because then the boss will realize that this task can be accomplished in half the time, and then he will give us more to work. And I simply could not understand, why is this such a drag and such a stiff structure? Like, I couldn't really live out all my potential in that company. So it was very clear to me that I will not be a worker, 9-to-5 worker in a company. I need to be somebody else, because if somebody is stopping me in my tracks and in my speed and in my passion for something, that's not really the right place for me. So as you say, a lot of people are feeling like that. Not only those who want to work faster or better on something, who have ideas and want to contribute, but they are kind of limited by rules and stiff regulations and stuff like that. It's really not helping a company. So I'm really excited about this particular topic because it opens up so much more possibility, not in a you have to become a high performer, and I love how you see it, to focus more on the fun and on the passion and how you can live out all the potential that you have, so that the result can be high performance for that specific company, this is like the only thing that people should care about. I feel leaders should care about hiring people who are like that.
Yes, absolutely, because the performance will come. The performance will absolutely come because people are striving to do more. You know, you, like you say, you were restricted because they believed the only way to get the best out of people and to get the work done is to put that time limit on, but it isn't. The organisations that say to people, do you know what, we have this work to do. If we can finish this by lunchtime on Friday, everyone can have the afternoon off. That is so impactful, rather than everyone just doing what they have to do without this fear that if they finish early, they're going to get more work. Empower your people, make it flexible for them, empower them. Say, you know, be very honest. This is what we have to get done this week. Should we try and get it done by lunchtime on Friday? How hard is everyone going to work thinking they can have the afternoon off on Friday? And how harder would they work than if they didn't have that?
And they would push each other also. They would help each other, like in areas that someone is maybe not as strong, but they still need to get things done. And I feel like when you are in a company, nobody really cares how good or how bad you are. Everybody just lets you do whatever you have to do, and everybody's working for themselves, you know, like little minions, and like with eyes closed, this is my task and I'm focusing only on my task. But when you actually open up that space and you give people the freedom to really explore their capabilities and possibilities, like they start to really create a team spirit, if you will, like a tribe, like the culture. And I think this is missing in a lot of companies. And I certainly missed it a lot in the companies I worked in. And I, as a boss or leader, would always strive to give my workers the time, the freedom, the capacity to live out the passion and really create incredible things. This is what I would rather focus on than just limiting them. How many hours did you work today? And I want you to work 7 hours a day to give me XYZ result. This is like, we're not in the military, right? And I feel like a lot of companies need to open up in that space.
Yeah, without a doubt. And actually, you touched on something that is also really impactful, is the collaboration. It's the working together. We don't want people to be working in silo. We don't want people being all me. We want our people to help each other grow, to collaborate, to share ideas, to make amazing things happen. As human beings, we're such social animals. We need that connection. And something that came out of the research that I did was that when people feel part of a team and when they have that connection with their peers and their colleagues, they are happier. They are happier. And actually, when they're happier, they're sharing, they're inspiring each other. And the whole team works harder. You don't have to have those. Everyone has to work 7 hours a day. It's this is what we need to get done. How are we going to do it? How are we going to achieve that? And it is creating that culture where we're empowering people, because nobody likes to be micromanaged. That old, historic, archaic micromanager just isn't working now. Might have worked years ago, doesn't work now.
I believe so too, that the younger generation now is, they are very smart and they see what is possible with technology, with all the possibilities of getting a job online, for example. Like, they will be not putting up with restrictions like my generation did, or the generation before. And there's something that you said that I really love. You said that we need to empower people. And I think if like companies fail to do that nowadays, they will not have a big future ahead of them, because people will demand more now than just the money at the end of the month. Like,
Yes.
People have grown in their consciousness so much that, and I think this is just the right path we need to go down, because it's not about the money, it's just a byproduct, if you will. And people will not any longer put up with just a byproduct. They want to be cherished as human beings. They want to be cherished with their individual skills and gifts that they have. And they want leaders who can see and recognize their gifts, and who not only pay them good money for it, but also treat them like good human beings. Like, they want more than just the money. They want more than just vacation time or whatever, right? It's not enough. It's not enough anymore. Yeah.
No, it really isn't. I've seen amazing people leave companies for lower salaries, because they just are so desperately unhappy. And that's a shame. That's a shame that companies are letting great people go, because they're almost blinkered. They're almost kind of that tunnel vision. There's certainly a movement. Yeah, there's certainly a movement in this that I just feel like, yeah, that's my mission, is to change corporate.
Oh, I love that. And I noticed you also talk about quiet quitting, and I would love to know more about what you mean by that and what you have observed when that happens and how it actually occurs, and how people or leaders can recognize that in time before somebody zooms out completely.
And actually, when they have zoomed out, I still don't think it's too late. So quiet quitting it's a bit of a phenomenon, really. But earlier I talked about engaged and disengaged employees. It's the disengaged employees that are ones that are going to be quitting quietly. Maybe they haven't thought about quitting yet. Maybe they're just bored. They're just not being stretched. They don't feel like they have a seat at the table. They don't feel that they have a voice. They don't feel that they are valued. They don't feel that they're really making a difference. And I've had business owners push back at me and say, it isn't our job to do all that. Well, I believe it is. I actually believe that if we help and support our people, they will give back to us so much more. And if we just give the salary, maybe just a bonus, but we don't develop our people, we don't listen to them, we don't give them our time, we don't give them what they really need, and that's time to be heard, time to be creative, time to be developed, time to be listened to, time for their ideas to be shared, time to help them collaborate, communicate with their colleagues, time to laugh, giggle, have fun. If we don't do any of that, then they're just doing the job, they're just doing it. They don't get a well done, they don't get that's a really great thing you've done. They just get you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right, this isn't working. We start to lose them, and it might take months, it might take years, but we do start to lose them. And how can you identify quiet quitting? It's the people that are clock watching. It's the people that are switching their computers off 20 minutes early, or not answering the phone 20 minutes early. It's the people that are being micromanaged and are feeling frustrated. It's the people that aren't really talking to you. It's the people that they're the ones that they're not really moaning, they're not really sharing their frustrations, they're just quietly in the background. They're not overachieving, they're not striving for more, they're not coming to you saying, finish my work, what else can I do? They're the people that aren't coming to you with ideas. They're just in the background, blending in, doing the bare minimum, really. They will never tell you that they're looking for another job. They will never I had a business owner say to me, I've asked all my staff and they've all said they're not looking for another job. Okay, they're not going to tell you that they're looking for another job until they have the offer. They're just not. We need to treat them so well that their head might be turned for a moment, but they don't do anything about it. And I think if you notice your people who are just stepping back a bit, just doing the bare minimum, organisations, especially large corporate organisations, they have focus on their top performance and they have focus on their bottom performance because they're trying to be that. Well, I've been in organisations where the bottom people are always the ones that are being managed out. Actually, it's the people that are in the middle that organisations ignore. And we don't want to ignore those people. We want to talk to them. We want to show them how important they are to us. And we need to talk to these people that are at the bottom performers. I can't stand that rating. Personally, I can't stand it. I can't stand that we have to rate people and say, well, this person's that. I don't agree with it. I think every single person has a place and they have something amazing to bring. And if we help them to bring that and we help them to feel valued and we engage them and we listen to them and we ask for their ideas and we include them. I've got an analogy of a boat. So you have a boat, it's my phone, you have a boat and the boat's swinging along. If you have too many people that are disengaged, that are quietly quitting, the boat's going to go like that. We want it to not go like that, but we want it to be, if everybody is highly engaged, we want the boat to be like that. We don't want it to sink because the disengaged people are just getting fed up. So if people you just feel like they are slowly slipping away from you, as leaders, we need to be talking to these people, not asking them, are you leaving? Talking to them, finding out, are they happy at work? Do they enjoy it? Do they need stretching? Do they want developing? Where do they see themselves in the next few years? What do they enjoy about their job? What do they not enjoy about their job? What can you do to make it more fun? What can you do to make it more enjoyable? What do they need from you? Find out, ask them about themselves, ask them about what's going on in their lives, ask them what's important, get to know them. We all want, as human beings, we all want time. We all want to be listened to. And when you don't get that from a leader or manager, that's really detrimental.
I think this is also a big difference between a boss and a leader. A boss will always look into what can you do for me? What can you do for my company? And the leader, I think, will always look into what can I do for you? And you said a beautiful word, to develop you, to help you develop yourself, right? As you said, many people don't believe that it is their job. It's because their mindset is that they are a boss, right? They don't feel, or they don't put on the jacket of a leader, so to speak. Yeah. They don't dress as a leader. Right? They want just the benefits of the resource, of the human resource for their own company, for their own gains. And I think it will always destroy their company in one or another way if people are thinking like that. Because like real results, extraordinary results are being produced with the things that you just mentioned, with fun, with passion, with things that drive high performance. This is the only way, and it is so sad that many leaders or many CEOs of companies don't see that, don't look into the research. And you mentioned you did research yourself, so it would be so crucial for leaders or for people to look into that and to really be interested in the people that they have hired themselves, and to really take the time. I always had the feeling that nobody has time. At the top, nobody has time. They're all busy. With what exactly? They should be busy with the people they have hired. If they were truly interested in the acceleration of their companies, they would be busy talking to their people, like being every day in the trenches, right?
Yes.
Being with the people at their same level as their workers are working. They would be at the same level. They would be talking to them every day. They would be asking them how they feel, and like they would really know about their lives, just as you mentioned. Ask them. Yes, they would know that Mary has 2 kids and she's a single mom and she has to pick up her kids at 2. So you already know she might go 10 minutes before so she doesn't go through all the traffic, to pick up her kids. You would know all the details about your workers, even if it's 200 people in your company. Yes, it's a lot. Yes, it requires a lot of work, brain work, right? To like memorize all your people. But imagine if you do that, 200 people army, that's what you get. Like instead of like 5 highly engaged people and the rest is medium and mediocre in what they do, and like the lowest part, like the least engaged people. Like I feel this is a huge difference when you can develop an army for your company, like, and you really take care of those people. Like you don't give them the bare minimum. You look to give them the most that you can give them, because you cherish them. You cherish the humans as they are, not just to like suck all the energy out of them.
Absolutely. And give them your time. So many times I've seen people going, they've got their phone, they're going, how are you? What's going on? Is everything okay? Oh yeah. And they're looking at their phone. No. Ask somebody and give them your time. Listen to what they're saying. Listen, understand about Mary, understand about her, what's going on for her. Ask her if you, I can remember, even at 20, I had a team of people, and I would always come into work on a Monday morning and say, how did so-and-so get on with her ballet exam? How did so-and-so have a nice week? How was so-and-so's football match? I remembered it. And my team always used to say to me, we work hard because we know you care. We know that you are interested in us, and no one else has ever made us feel like that. And just knowing people's kids' names, dogs' names, pets' names, whatever. If you can go in on a Monday morning and say, how did so-and-so get on at his football match? That person is going to work so hard for you because you've remembered what's important to them.
I have a fun one. If you could live with only one person on a deserted island for the rest of your life, which one would it be and why?
I think I'd have to choose my dog.
I knew it.
That's not really a person. But then it's like, which dog do I choose?
Oh.
I feel like for it to be something, it's really difficult because, obviously I can't choose. I can't choose between friends. I can't choose between family. I don't think I could choose between a dog. Maybe I choose like a famous person so that I don't then choose somebody. It's got to be somebody who is fun and who's, I'm going to choose the person that created Lego.
Wow, I love that.
How much fun would you have on a desert island just playing and creating and just... You could create so much, couldn't you? Yeah, I think maybe the creative Lego, because I can't choose. I'd love to take a dog, but then I'm thinking I can't just choose one dog, or I couldn't just choose my husband because I'm about my son, and I couldn't choose my son because it just, that's where my brain goes, is I can't just choose one person.
I feel you so much on this because I could not choose two. Hence, it's a funny question, or fun question. But what would you like to be remembered for? Now that's a more serious one.
Helping people to live their true life and to just be happy. And I feel like I've said to you a couple of times now, my mission is to help organisations create happy employees. I want to be remembered for that, for keeping that happiness and that element of fun alive. Just happiness, yeah.
And what is the main benefit? If someone decides to work with you, what would you say is the main benefit that they only get from you and not any other leadership coach?
So I have 20 plus years of leadership experience. I've seen great things, I've seen not so great things. I have all of that experience that I can bring, tools, techniques, all of that. I've obviously got my psychology degree, I've got my coaching experience, I'm mentoring experience, all of that. But what I bring is the belief in every single person that I work with, that they are capable of amazing things, and that as humans, we can bring that out in everybody if we believe in them. And so I don't go to, I have my training program, my leadership program, which is very much about taking people from here to here. But a lot about what I do is empowering people to believe and empowering people to just be the best version of themselves and live a life that is true to them and makes them happy. So I don't just tell, I don't just show, I kind of walk beside and lift people up and help them to do it for themselves. It's that. And also the belief that not one size fits all. Nobody should be in a box. Everybody, we all need to just break down those walls and break down those boxes and have blurred lines and no red tape. Obviously, legalities aside, obviously there has to be some sort of red tape, but you know. Can you hear my dog?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All good.
Okay. Should I get him? Or is he okay? I think he'll stop. That's what people get from me. That help to believe in themselves and the confidence to not remain in that box that society, teachers, parents, whoever has told us we need to be in. No one deserves to be in a box. A bit like Patrick Swayze says on Dirty Dancing, she didn't deserve to be in. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts anybody in a box, as far as I'm concerned. We all have the freedom to be our unique selves.
I love that, breaking through boundaries and showing people how far they can really go, right? Beyond their own boundaries that they have put in their lives and in their minds, right? That have always held them back from moving kind of forward and really excelling. And I do notice that as well, that many people feel restricted and oftentimes they put restrictions on themselves.
Yeah.
So whenever they are breaking out of it, it's like a very beautiful thing to watch and to notice and be part of it, really. Like, it's really, really joyful. So I love that you can provide that to your customers. Where can they find you?
So I am on social media, Tamzin Hall Coaching, Tamzin_Hall_coaching, or my website, which is tamzinhallcoaching.co.uk. Very easy to find.
And of course, I will leave all the links in the description for my listeners. So if you want to reach out to Tamzin and if you want to learn the leadership skills that you need, either you are leading a team, that which you obviously need to at some point as a female coach, if you want to scale your business, right, you would need a team, and leadership skills are so tremendously important, not to get the job done, but to really create a beautiful culture in your company and to really stand out from all the other people that might not do that extra work, who don't go the extra mile. Thank you so much, Tamzin, for being here with me today and talking about this beautiful topic. And I wish all my listeners a beautiful day. It is very sunny here in South Italy. I'm melting.
I'm so jealous.
all come down to South Italy. It's beautiful right now, even though it's February. So I wish you all a beautiful day today, and wish you all the best, Tamzin, and we will stay in contact, right?
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. To your success.
Thank you.